Hello friends! In today's video, I want to share with you 5 things I wish I would have known before starting with Outschool. If we haven't met, my name's Audrey from Teacher Audrey 123.com, and on this channel you will find videos about teaching online and creating a simple life so that you can do the things you love. So like I said, in today's video I'm going to share 5 things that I wish I would have known before starting with Outschool. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about are the payments for the different types of classes. Now, let me just say that you do get to set your price for each class per learner and decide how many learners you have. You have that freedom. And in another video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about pay and how to kind of decide how to pay and what to think about when setting your prices. But what I want to talk about is like when you actually receive the payments into your PayPal account. Because I was surprised whenever I taught my first week of ongoing classes, and I thought that second week I would be seeing a paycheck for those classes, and I didn't. And those for ongoing classes, your payment doesn't start until the second week into your classes. And so that second week, you're getting paid for your first week of classes. And then that third week, you're getting paid for the second, and that fourth, the third, and so on. And so that was kind of surprising. I was thankful. I was hoping to have the money at a certain time and was thankful that I wasn't completely banking on that. And just realized that that could put people in a pickle because the other classes are a little different. So for your one-time classes, you are able to you teach it that one time, and then a week later you are getting that payment. And that has been so consistent on my end. Is like I teach Wednesday, the following Wednesday I have an extra $20, $30 in my PayPal account for that one-time class, or maybe it was a higher one because I had more learners than it. Then in your multi-day classes, you are paid the second week because you teach the first week of classes, and then you get that pay for the whole amount of the classes. So if it's 3 months worth of classes, 1 month of classes, whatever you've decided to create that course, you teach a week through it, and then you see that income come in. And then there's the flex classes, and actually I need to do some research on the flex classes, so I will keep that for an upcoming video. I know there's a little bit of wait time. I think they have a week before the payments actually process, but I will double check that to make sure I'm informing you right. So stay tuned to the next video about payment on flex classes. So that's the payment thing. Just kind of have a good idea of what type of classes get paid when, so you kind of know how to budget and what to expect. The next thing I want to talk about is sending messages on the Outschool platform to your classes. There's a couple things I wish I would have known, and so we're going to jump on the computer and talk about that real quick. Okay friends, so we are on the Outschool website, and this is what will come up when you go to outschool.com. And I'm just going to go up here to the right hand corner and hit that teach button. And when I hit the teach button, it's going to take me to my profile. And so sometime I'll go and do a walkthrough with the classes, but for now I'm going to just show you what it's like to leave comments in a classroom. So say I'm actually going to go to my class here, discover your numbers 1 to 20, because I need to send a reminder to my students anyway. So I am going to click on this class. Sorry, I kind of had a brain freeze. So if you see here, you can add a message. If you scroll down, it will show previous post. and you can edit them. But what I want to show you is one is that you could send a post here. So, okay, so I just told them what I wanted them to bring, and you just type that here. And then, so then I do that there, and then I can come to attach, and I can add a file. And then I'm going to go here, just to my documents. I'm going to go to the class that I'm teaching. So I'm uploading my chart again. I just hit upload. So one thing here is you want to be sure to hit send. For some reason in the beginning, it wasn't intuitive that I needed to send. I would do all this and thought that I pushed a button. So when you hit send, you can publish now or publish later. So I'm going to have this go out the day before the class, early in the morning. I always do super early because of the time zone difference. So those on the Pacific coast or even across the world, they might get it at a more decent hour. So I publish it later. And so now it shows, and then you're like, I don't know if I posted it. Did it say what I wanted it to say? Well, one thing I learned is if you go here, it says showing published. So this is just going to show everything that's been published. But if I go here and do unpublished, then it's going to show everything that's just unpublished. So I can go and select that. Okay, so the third thing that I wish I would have known is they kind of build on each other. So the first thing I wish I would have known is that Outschool actually cancels your classes if they're not booked a day before the class starts. And this can kind of be good depending on where you're at in your teaching journey. But there are those times that you get those last minute learners because a parent jumps on and is looking for a specific class for their kids, and yours could show up in what they're looking for in that 24-hour range. So you are able to go back and uncancel the class, and then the kids can join anytime. Now note that I almost missed a couple of classes because I kind of forgot how they worked, and I was checking my email a couple times before the class would have started, and I had a learner sign up like 10 minutes before the class booked. And so that was kind of like, oh no, and thank goodness the materials I had were all at hand reach, and I was able to just jump on and present the lesson on the fly. And so you want to make sure you're prepared if you turn off that short or the cancellation so that you're ready to teach and you don't get a bad review. Now, the fourth tip I want to tell you is that it takes trial and error. So you're going to think like you have this great idea and create a class, or you may even see through the emails you may have heard that you have parents' suggestions. And so sometimes you want to just stay away from those. Sometimes you might want to dabble in it, but you really don't know. So what I've learned is I always evaluate, where am I? Okay, so in the beginning, I was trying to pick up and try to figure out what was going to attract the parents. So if I found something I was interested in and saw, I would create a class. Now, 5 or 6 of the classes I did, they never took off. However, 5 or 6 of the classes I've created have really boomed and allowed me to meet my goal. So I just want to encourage you to take the time to develop your lessons and see where it takes you. Now, with that said, and I'll go in more elaboration on this in future videos, but when you are creating a lesson to be submitted to Outschool, it doesn't have to be perfect and everything doesn't have to be there. So what I typically do is I figure out what I'm picturing in my mind, and I create my skeleton for my classes and kind of know what I'm gonna do. And then I make sure I meet all the requirements through Outschool. And then once I get a learner in that class, then I will prepare and evaluate and see how it goes. And if I don't get learners, then I haven't wasted a lot of time. I just really encourage you, like, don't lose heart. Don't compare yourself to others. Just look at yourself and think, what's the next pressing thing that I can do to make this experience better and that I can learn and grow and do that. And don't look at it as a wasted time when you create something and you don't get any bites. Just be courageous and think, how can I make this more appealing, or what angles can I turn, or how can I put this aside but then tackle something else. So don't give up. It can be discouraging, but just know that a lot of teachers probably had to do a lot of trial and error, figuring out what they're teaching and so just be creative and don't give up. And the fifth point. So my last point is, don't get distracted. I wish I would have known, and I should have known because I experienced the same problem with VIPKid. But there's so much on social media and there's so much on the internet. And so I just really encourage you to just be intentional when you seek those things out to help you grow, because there is a lot of good information. But one, it can distract you where you're just taking it all in but not giving anything out. And two, it can unconsciously cause your attitude to change, because then you can start comparing yourself or thinking, oh, I need to do this more, that more, when in reality you just need to be you. You need to show up and you need to be able to do the hard things and know that in the long run your hard work will end up. You just got to keep on taking that next step, and eventually you're going to reach the top of the mountain. But remember that life is a journey and not a destination. So we just got to keep on going. So I just really hope that you guys can find a channel or two that encourages you to continue with your business. Find a group or a community that is focused on helping you to meet your goals. And I guess with that being said, I'm actually going to throw in a bonus tip. And the bonus tip is to remember also, when you're setting your goals and building your business, not to let it overtake your life. We all have people in our lives that we care for. We all have health that we need to take care of. We all just have duties around the house. And sometimes I've heard people say, like, you just got to let it go. But if you've seen the research, when everything's just chaotic and you're just driven, that is when your cortisol is on high, and it's going to cause lots of stress that's not necessary. So figure out how much time you can commit to Outschool, because everybody has a different need and goal. And then stick to that and don't get distracted because someone else is so much further ahead, because their story is different and you have to take care of you. And you don't want to regret that you spent so much time developing a business that you really didn't cherish the time with your family, or you didn't read the book, or you didn't go out and get some sunshine, or you didn't take care of your body, and then you crash. And I know I've learned the hard way that you can't always just keep pushing on. Sometimes you have to just slow down. And so I want to just exhort you to do your best, but set boundaries and know that there's always going to be something to do, and life is bigger than our work. So keep on keeping on. If you liked today's video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe, because my goal is to put out new videos every week. I've kind of struggled because of my health and then just different things getting crazy. But my goal is to develop a community where we truly feel connected as a person and not just another business driven work focus. Like, it is about the money, but at the same time we need to nurture our relationships together. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell. Even share this if you think someone would benefit from it. That's the best compliment you can give me. And also let me know if I need to do anything different because I want to help you. So thanks again. Have a great day. Stay warm. I don't know where you're from, but it's freezing here in Missouri. So take care, everyone. Bye.